Hey, this is Nikki, and I'm just keeping it real. Can you please like, share, and subscribe? And click that notification button so you'll be the first one to be notified. Well, I have this lip gloss. It's called Sweetness. Y'all know I like to keep my lip popping. Here's the color. It's candy coated 5326. Okay, I just want to share a little bit about my story in the wrong hands, a mother's story about my son's death. I have to do it little at a time because it's still emotional for me. Um, Here's the thing. The policeman came knocking at my door at 3 something in the morning, and it was the police officer. He took off his. They kept calling my phone, and kept calling my phone, and uh, they called probably about 10 times, and then they were like, and at that time, y'all, I just paid my ticket. I had a speeding ticket, and I was like, they was like, this is such and such police thing. Miss Campbell, can you come to the door? I said, I already paid my ticket. What y'all calling me for? And I hung up the phone. And that was just, an instance like, why these policemen calling me? I already paid my ticket. I know they're not trying to come arrest me. I already got my paper, whatever, whatever. So I opened the door. I finally, they asked me, they said, can you please go to the door? A police officer is at your house. And I was like, police officer? They was like at my door. And I finally realized, okay, somebody's at my door. Let me see what's going on. So I got up, put my little robe on, put my little slip on, and then walked to the front door. And when I walked to the front door, uh, he asked me what was my name, and I told him what was my name. And he asked me, he said, do you have, are you the mother of Tyrell Smith? And I said, yes. And he took off his hat. And I'm like, this is some lifetime stuff right here. What does he want? I'm thinking it's probably, like a car accident or something like that. And he said, can you tell me his date of birth? I told him his date of birth. He says, anybody here with you? And I told him who was there with you. And then my oldest son was walking out the hallway, and he was like, what's going on, Mom? And the police officer asked him to sit there. He said, because she will need you. And when he told me that, my son was pronounced uh, deceased. And he said, sorry for your loss. It's very emotional. So, from my journey, far as with healing, because I gotta kind of get off of this a little bit. From my journey, from losing my son, it's hard as being a mother from losing a child because that's a totally different death from anybody else because that's a part of you. And um, I can't really get into deep details because it's going to make me start crying. But at the end of the day, um, I was I was still in denial, and from still being in denial, I had to actually I was going to the graveyard like every day, and before my husband had passed, my husband had told me, he said, "Baby, stop going to the graveyard every day because you get depressed when you leave." And it it's really a hurting feeling knowing that you will never be able to hold your baby. You've been deprived from your child flesh. And it's very hard just to continue to move on. And you have to have a support system, and not only having a support system, you have to pray on a daily basis. And that's something that I did. Um, I started praying more than anything, and I wasn't looking like at the hour for an hour. It was like just moving from second to second, you know, because from losing a child, it's so hard to just say, I could do it and it's going to be done and I'm going to be okay. I didn't see it that way. Um, the only thing that I was looking at, my baby is gone and I need some answers. So, uh, as being a mother, I had to deal with it from second to second. I stayed prayed up. I found myself sitting in my living room, like just wishing and hoping and praying that he would walk through that front door. And I would just cry. I used to cry myself to sleep. And um, I had to, my husband had to make me eat because it's easy to lose yourself when you're going through things like that because it's shocking. And not only being shocking, it's so emotional, and everybody have a story to tell about their kid, and everybody handle it totally different. I mean, I pretty much had shut down, and from shutting down, I didn't really communicate with anyone uh, because this was my inner circle. A part of my inner circle was gone, and from being a part of from your inner circle being gone, it's very hard to move forward when you don't have all the answers to everything, and just a loss period, because in our mind we look at it that, we supposed to bury our kids, supposed to bury us, and from burying us, it was very hard and devastating for me to move forward with that. So I stayed prayed up. I start exercising. I start running. Uh, Once I start to accept it, and once you start to accept it, that hey, I can't change the past. I can't change his debt. All I could change and work on me. And I start looking at things a little bit differently. And it's very hard uh, with everybody. Everybody grieve differently, and even with the time upon his death, I used to put it in the newspaper. I stopped putting it in the newspaper. I just celebrate the day of his life when he was born on his birthday. Uh, and it's just hard. It's difficult just to deal with it. I just wanted to put a little bit about my story out there because it's a lot of parents are losing their children. And from losing their children, it's hard, completely hard dealing with it. And from dealing with it, you have to put yourself in a position to where you have to be grateful and thankful that you still here and you still have other kids, because children consider as a gift, a precious gift from God. And I just thank God for all the time that I had with my son, because I'm actually his earthly mother. And for me actually being his earthly mother, I'm grateful and thankful for all the times that I had with him. And I would look at my picture. I got a book. I made a book with all his pictures. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. It was kind of hard and difficult for me just to talk about In the Wrong Hands, a Mother's Story. Is on my book is on Amazon as well as Instagram. I mean, it's on Amazon and Love, Money, Sex, and Healing and In the Right Hand. They all on Amazon. Or if you guys interested in the book, I could actually sign it and send it to you guys as well. But my thing I want you guys to know, as mothers, as parents losing their children, we just got to keep moving forward, catch our head, and just continue to pray. Because it'll numb you. It numbed me. And from me being numb, it's like I was in shock. And from being in shock, um, I just didn't want to deal with too many people. And it was just something hard for me to deal with and cope with and accept. But once I learned how to accept it, I had to push forward and move forward because I still had a family. I still had to live. Um, and you could easily lose yourself, easily, from losing a child if you were a good parent to your kids. So just as me going through what I went through, I'm just thanking God that I'm still here, and for me still being here, that I he brought me through this storm, and from bringing me through this storm, I'm not fully through. I'm not fully healed. I don't see no parent just saying I'm healed because my son is gone, because it's still a hurt. It's a void in your heart. It's something that was like ripped from your heart, and you just gotta push through and just continue to thank God that He gave you the time with your children, because we actually, they're earthly parents. So I knew that, but I wasn't ready to accept that because I was still in denial. And however long it takes you guys to mourn behind your child, do so, because nobody know your heart like you know your own heart. Nobody know what you going through. Nobody know what you did to take care of those children. So as being a mother, when you was a mother, a good mother, it'll hurt. Even if you wasn't doing what you was supposed to do, it still hurt, because we carried those kids for 9 months. And everybody that is totally different. I had Tyrell for 21 years, going on 22 years. So no one can talk about his debt to me and tell me how I should feel. And right now today, I still have some of his clothes. It's just hard to let go completely. I still have some of his things. I let go some of his things because I love my peace. And when you carry a child, they only have one mother and one father. They only got one and one. Nobody can take the place of their mother and their father. Like I say, you only have one mother and you got one father. And nobody can take their place. Even if the parents were good parents or bad parents, you still can't take that place from their child, because that's their mother. And a lot of people, this is something I must say, it's a lot of people in this world directing kids in the wrong path, setting kids up to get their life taken away. Y'all gotta realize, y'all have kids, and if y'all do have kids, all that's going to fall back on your children, children, children. It will fall back on you. Everything that you do to somebody, it will come back to you. Remember, everything that you do, like they say, what goes around comes around, and you will get yours. The battle is not mine, it's the Lord's. So at the end of the day, when you guys are trying to hurt and harm somebody else's kid, remember it's going to come back on you. It will come back on you. All this jealousy of what other people have, all you have to do is go to work and work for what you want. Go to work. Go to work. Stop being envy of what other people have. Go to work. Take care of yourself. I limit myself to a circle. My circle is small, and I'm keeping it that way. A few people I talk to, a few people I don't. But I keep my circle small. Everybody that claim that they're your friends, it's not. Even family, they really be hating on you, and majority of the time that be the main ones. Want to see you fall. Want to see things happening to you. But my thing, I'm going to sit up here and tell you guys, protect your peace, and your intuition always allow you to know who are your friends. God will let you know if you open, if you listen and you go to him for everything, he will let you know who's for you and who's not for you. And you ain't even got to say nothing else. But I'm going to say this. All the hands that was in my son's death, everybody that has something to do with it, your day is coming. Your day is coming. Some of y'all already in prison. It wasn't for him. But y'all day is coming. Jealousy is something serious. But his name will be kept alive. Long as I'm alive, I'm going to keep my baby name alive. I will. Because he is missed and I love him. Like they say, long live applesauce. That is my baby. I'm going to cut this short. I couldn't really get into deep details because it makes me very emotional. I would have started crying, and I really didn't want to go that way with you guys. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have other mothers to start talking about the death of their kids that they lost, and they could actually help you. My word to you guys, stay prayed up, focus on you, and from focusing on you, you have to have God in your life to get through this. That's how I was able to do it. And my husband was my strong support system. People will call, want to know who put what in the newspaper. My thing of it is, excuse my French, a bitch, you didn't pay for it. Why you worried about who paid for what in the paper? He have a mom and a daddy still alive. Why are you worried about who paid for what? You didn't pay for it. My point exactly. And a lot of time, like right now, I'm letting everybody know, the ones listening to it and that knows me. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. All y'all little riffraff thinking I was going to fall, God got me. God got me. God got me. Even after the fact my husband passed, he got me. Y'all hating so much. Y'all need to watch the weather, not watch me. Because, baby, I'm going to do what I got to do. And whatever God got planned for me, he got planned for me, not for you. He got it for me. Worry about your blessing and not mine. And maybe that's why you're not getting blessed, because you're trying to hinder mine. Because it's so many enemies. It's so many enemies. While y'all hating, I'm praying for y'all. Oops, I did say that. Worried about the wrong thing. Y'all worried about the wrong thing. And I do know who my mama is. My mama name is Irene Marie Campbell. My mother passed since I was 8, 9 years ago. I know my mother. I know her very well. And prior to that, my grandmother raised me. That was another person who I had accepted as a mother. My grandmother. Anybody else? I thank my auntie and my uncles, my uncle, my mom brother, and my other aunties, my mom's sisters. I appreciate them for allowing me to go in their home. I appreciate them. I appreciate my mother's siblings. So my thing of it is, I just want to let you guys know, everything what you do will come to the light. It may take a month, it may take a year, it may take 3, it may take 10, but it will come to the light. That's why I let my little light shine. So you guys, I want you guys to like, subscribe, share this to a friend, and y'all have a blessed day. Bye.